Uh, Say hey and greetings and welcome back to another episode of Moxie Bashwell and the Adventures of Real Life and Stuff. And today on this episode, we're going to be discussing the Sticklestad Viking sword replica by Museum Replicas. The majority of its statistics, excluding its weight, and its steel type, I want to say is like 1070 something, high carbon spring steel, and it's freaking awesome. Yeah, it's not entirely as sharp as I would like it to be because it's got a double bezeled edge on there, factory sharp, where you can see this edge and then that second bezel just barely right there where it's not. Yeah, it's not the super sharpest, but it would cut. It would cut you. I need to oil it up now that I put my filthy, greasy fingers all over it. Currently waiting for my grinder battery to recharge so I can finish cutting some motors open, in which I just cut around the edge and then put 2 chisels in on either side and then pried up, and that piece popped off and I threw that in the bucket. So I shall need to complete doing that on this side here where you can see that I cut around it, and that'll pop up and then I can get the copper out of it. And there's some aluminum motors down there that don't need further taking apart. But this thing here, man, it is it's fun. I haven't chopped anything with it, but it's spring steel. So yeah, and I love the way to handle in the pommel and the guard. They look like pyramids. And the shape of the points here, I like the points instead of just like some other Viking swords that are more roundy. This pommel is a different kind of steel. I think this one is more of a high nickel steel for the guard because it's not oiling, it's not oxidizing the same unless it just has got a better varnish over top of it. And you does that not hurt your wrist when you're swinging it? Well, I mean, it's thin enough that you can. Uh, yeah, I mean that would hurt, but it's not that bad. Um, I don't know if you'd want to be bending your wrist that far anyway when you're whooshing on opponents. So the blade is just under 31 inches long. The scabbard and or sheath is 32 inches long. It's got some screw holes in it. It's wood, and it's like a velvet, blue suede. It's like a blue suede, or I mean, rather, it's a suede leather. The fit is not as desirable as one might like, and so on the inside they put some like plastic, thick plastic that's stuck on there with double-sided tape, and one piece of that came off, but it still works. I mean, the handle itself is 4 inches wide. The overall handle, pommel, and guard is 6 1/4 to the lowest point of this horseshoe, and then 6.5 up here at the highest. And I've got a measuring tape, but I can't do that with one hand because I'm using the cell phone, right? Original price was, at the time, $324.95, and after shipping and handling, which $71.88 from Georgia to North Carolina, came out to be $424.61. Maybe I should, yeah. Yeah. So the Atlanta Cutlery Corp and Museum Replicas Ltd. I got a magazine from like the early 2000s, but now I don't expect they're making magazines anymore. And they sent over a care and use of your windlass blade sheet with information that I have not read yet. But yeah, it's cool, right? It's my first real sword. I need to get a two-handed sword eventually. And I say that it's real because it's spring steel and not stainless. But that sucker will cut you. And or anyone else who opposes my personal space in my house. For whatever reason, they might like to break in. So, I guess I got small hands. I don't know. But, I didn't, the weights and measures are on the website. But I am pleased. You know, it might not be the most perfect, but it is, in my opinion, very beautiful. It's stitching down here. I haven't gotten to do any cutting with it yet. I need to find a way to sharpen it to make it more sharp than... Ooh, focus. Make it more sharp than it is. It's not dull, man. My camera just not focused. It does dull up here where they assembled it before sharpening the blade, so they couldn't get the grinder up until about maybe right there, which is fine, because then you can kind of like do that thing there with your finger. Scalagrim, shout out. Yeah, so there's another video in the adventures of real life and stuff, and something entirely different, but you can see here how what I'm saying. Instead of from the edge up to it should just be one bezel, one angle. This has got a second beveled edge here, and so it still it would cut you bad. Maybe not scary sharp, but it's still sharp. Yeah. 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 So yeah, it'll loosen up a little bit, but it just doesn't fall off because of that plastic and stuff that they put in there. And I love it. I haven't figured out how to attach it to a belt yet, but yeah. I say money well spent. I've wanted this thing since like early 2000s, and conveniently enough they were still making it. So I purchased it on the there should be a date. Where's the date? Yeah. Last year. November 6th. It took a minute to get here, but it got here. So that was my Christmas gift to myself. So yeah. That's cool. That's cool, right? Join us all again in the next episode of Moxie Bashwell and the Adventures of Real Life and stuff. Quite possibly scrapping or something entirely different. Uh, I got some new grinding blades, cutting blades from Harbor Freight. For whatever reason, I couldn't find 5 inches at Lowe's, and this pack was like, I don't know, $7 or something like that. And at Lowe's, one disc would have been around $7, so I got 10 of these. And after cutting up a whole bunch of motors, I'm actually surprised on how well they are standing up. So, okie dokie. We'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful day outside, and I hope you all have been enjoying the weather. If you've been having beautiful weather too, and if you haven't been having beautiful weather, then that's not cool. I mean, I guess it is cool technically because it's cold, but yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Bye.